Ow! I'm nice to meet you. Yeah. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. I have put in a week just think I have. That pipe is more visual than I can. More comment that I heard, but that's more physical activity. And those that jokes. One pantomime back in 1984 hospitality. Gentlemen and the class evening with children leave so heavy like the ball. It was quite good because when between parts of the hearing what's the matter that woman?
I'm looking for the lady who left this glass hearing aid at the ball. She is the lady I will marry.
It's me. Sometimes I don't know because many of the thing now and what you would think about working with different people.
A Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
To them all.
Oh no, what's Tim saying now?
Tim is reminding us to look for the good in everyone.
Okay, chuộng cho thao có là chẳng gì. Found a way to what is acceptable for you. For example, the vibration, from the flow, the music, the flow, feel it to the feet, travel through, following the heartbeat, and to create your own rhythm that they sound to dance. But I have so many different styles of dancing. But there's one style that I'm at the core that everybody knows my style, where I'm going to incorporate the style in the dance. Yeah, I'm ready. Yeah.
I want for Christmas. Wish you were under my tree. You're at the top of my wish list. So baby, please come home to me. You're all I want for Christmas. I wish you were here next to me. 'Cause there's nothing else on my wish list. This Christmas, all I really want is
Ah.